Good morning, everyone. I'd like to thank all for coming out today. This is an exciting day for the future of Central New York. Before we get started, I'd like to take a moment to acknowledge some friends and special guests we have with us in the audience today. Chris Crane, President and CEO, Exelon Corporation. Leo Denault, Chairman and Chief Executive Officer of Entergy. Senator Patty Ritchie. Senator Joseph Griffo. Member of Assembly William Barkley. Kevin Gardner, Chairman of the Oswego County Legislature. Daniel Farfalia, Minority Leader, Oswego County Legislator. Ken Burdick, the Town of Scriba Supervisor. William Barlow, the Mayor, City of Oswego. Greg Lancette, President, Central and Northern New York Building Trades. And Marie Telericho, President, Central New York Labor Federation. Upstate New York has had no better governor than Andrew Cuomo. He is fighting for our jobs. He's been with us since the beginning of this crisis. He is our friend, and it is my pleasure to introduce New York State Governor Andrew Cuomo.
Thank you. Good morning. It is my pleasure to be back in Oswego. I was here a couple of weeks ago with Mayor Barlow. Oswego won a big $10 million downtown revitalization grant from a big state competition. And that was a great, great day for Oswego. And we promised we were going to come back soon, and I was supposed to go fishing. Came back soon. I'm not fishing, but I will get fishing. But today was more important. The situation with FitzPatrick is complex, and it has been for a long time. And it's one of those complicated situations that deals with government, deals with the private sector. But I always believe as complicated as a situation is as simple as it is. That you can find simple principles that you believe in that will guide your way to a solution. I believe in upstate New York, and I believe in the workforce in upstate New York, and I believe that upstate New York has got the short end of the stick for too long, and I think it's time that the state steps in to help the workforce in upstate New York. I believe in the union movement. I believe the union movement built the middle class and is now protecting and rebuilding the middle class. And I believe in the IBEW and Ted Skirpon and his leadership and the workforce that is the IBEW. I believe this nation and this state needs a clean energy policy that is realistic and that can be implemented before we destroy this planet. And I believe that nuclear plays an important role in that clean energy policy. And I believe if FitzPatrick closed, 615 families would be devastated. There'd be 615 lost jobs, average wage $120,000. That would be basically irreplaceable in Oswego. I believe if FitzPatrick closed, there would be a financial crisis for the entire region. Some people estimate Central New York would lose $500 million. Central New York can't lose $500 million. The county can't lose FitzPatrick as a taxpayer. Town can't lose FitzPatrick as a taxpayer. And this state cannot lose our supply of nuclear energy because it's important to keep the balance of supply. If you lose nuclear, you'll see that natural gas will spike or will be subject to price increases from other sources because we don't have balanced alternatives. So I believe the state has a moral obligation, a financial obligation and a civic obligation to step in to this situation to avert a crisis for Central New York and to avert a crisis, an energy crisis for this entire state. And that's why it's my pleasure to announce today that Entergy is going to sell the plant to Exelon, which will keep all 615 jobs and keep this plant operating and keep it producing nuclear power for years and years to come. And my friends, it was a long time coming. Congratulations and thanks go to many people. It starts with Ted Skirpon for his leadership and the IBEW for standing up and fighting for their jobs. I want to thank the people on my team who worked long and hard to make it possible. Richard Kaufman, Jim Malatris, and Zach Knob. Let's give them a round of applause. I want to thank my colleagues in government who understood the need and came together and gave us legislative support. Senator Patty, Ritchie, Will Barkley, and Senator Griffo. Let's give them a round of applause. I would like to thank both CEOs from Entergy and Exelon who really stayed at the table and figured out a lot of complications that normally would have derailed a transaction like this. But they stayed in there because they knew it was important on a number of levels. So thank you both, Mr. Denault and Mr. Crane. Thank you. And most of all, I want to thank the workers of FitzPatrick who have done an extraordinary job, run a plant very well, efficiently, with safety, producing a valuable source of energy for this state, who stood up for themselves, who stood up for working families, who stood up for upstate New York, and who stood up to the state of New York and to big corporate entities to say, do the right thing, save our jobs, save energy for New York, and that's exactly what happened. Thank you and God bless you.
Well, thank you very much, Governor. For those of you who don't know, my name is Leo Denault with Entergy. And this is a fantastic day for all of us at Entergy, and certainly for the people who work at the plant behind me, one of the most well-run, efficient, safest plants in the United States. This is a great day as we go down the path to continue to operate this plant into the future. I want to thank the Governor for his forward thinking, not just as it relates to what we're doing here with FitzPatrick today, but the underlying issue of how we're going to meet our environmental objectives. This is a first. This is a first in the United States to actually take on the challenge and take on the challenge using all of the tools that are required, all the tools that are necessary, and certainly one of the best tools available to fight emissions, to fight climate change. This is a model for the rest of the industry and for the rest of the United States to be able to follow, and I think the Governor deserves another round of applause for that. Those of us outside New York tend to follow what New York does and what they accomplish. We don't like to admit it quite often, but quite often we're looking to New York to see what's new, what's next, the latest trends. Wouldn't it be great if the latest trend became, we really want to meet a very aggressive carbon goal, and we're going to do it using the most effective tool that has ever been developed to date to be able to do that in nuclear power. Wouldn't it be great if the rest of the industry, the rest of the country can step up and follow New York in this? And again, that's tremendous leadership on behalf of the Governor, and it's a wonderful thing that we're doing today. I also want to thank the local officials who tirelessly supported something, anything, continuing to try and push all of us towards meeting the objective of trying to keep this plant open. It's a great day for them, I hope, as well, just like it's a great day for all of us. I want to thank Exelon and Chris Crane, who also worked tirelessly to pull all this together. Chris and his team didn't have to do this. They didn't have to be part of this solution for Entergy and for its employees, but they knew what the right thing to do was. They knew that working with the governor on creating this environment, on creating a clean energy standard, on creating the opportunity was important. And they stayed at the table. They never backed down. They've met gone against tremendous odds to be able to do this, and I thank Chris and his team for their diligence as well. Thanks, Chris. I've known Chris for quite some time, and I'm sure that this is one of the most difficult things that he's ever had to embark upon. I know the governor said it was complex, but I like the way he brought it down to its simplicity. At the end of the day, we just needed to do the right thing and get it done in the right way, and everybody worked together to do that, and I appreciate that. But obviously, the people that I want to thank the most are the people that work at the FitzPatrick plant. The emotions that they've had to go through while this has been happening for almost a year. Are we going to close the plant? Are we going to continue to operate it? Are we going to do a refueling, or are we going to go into decommissioning? All of us can understand not only how hard that is every night when you go home, but how hard that is every day when you step into your car and you drive to work. And you have to remain focused. And right behind us is one of the safest, most well-run plants in the United States, and that's a testament to the people who work here each and every day when they're going through these tremendous uncertainties in their personal lives, to be able to come here and show all of us how it's done. And I appreciate all the work that they've done to make this reality. Thank you very much. It's not only the 600 jobs that we provide here at FitzPatrick, it's the over 1,000 jobs that are tied to the plant during refuelings, the economic benefit to the schools that we provide, our workforce and their involvement in community endeavors. All of that is what's preserved by what we've done here today. So once again, I want to thank all of you for coming. I really want to thank our employees, and I want to thank the governor, because as complex as this was, he never gave up. He never left the table. And quite often he forced us all back to the table, as only he can do. And I think that was very, very important. So I really thank him and his administration and all the people that he mentioned who worked on this deal. Thank you very much.
As the governor said, he got us back to the table with love, and at times it was a lot of love. Thank you, Governor Cuomo, for the opportunity to be here today. It's such great news. We're delighted to welcome the Entergy FitzPatrick employees to the Exelon family of nuclear operators. It's a great day for us, and we hope it's a great day for you. This transaction is monumental, as it's said. It not only is good for the environment, good for the community, good for the economic benefits, but it sets a precedence, as said, for the rest of the country. We're talking about more than just saving FitzPatrick, which we're very glad to do. Right over here, 9 Mile 1 was struggling economically. Tough decisions were going to have to be made about that. Our Gannett station down the lake was in a very tough spot. So this monumental regulatory approach to the nuclear, to providing an economic basis for the nuclear plants in these communities is huge. It allows us as Exelon to turn around and start today to invest $400 to $500 million into these plants to keep them safe and secure in the jobs that they'll provide. It also allows us to have a platform to start to have the dialogue across the country. As Leo said, many things start in New York. The regulatory process, reevaluating how we deal with our regulated entities and how we make our investments and serve our customers. It's all starting here under this governor's leadership, and we're bringing that across the country to bring the technology, customer needs up to date with the regulatory process. So it's greatly appreciated. Governor, we hope the rest of the governors across the country consider what you've done here. We greatly appreciate it, not only from the Exelon employees, but the nuclear industry employees. You've created a baseline for us to continue to save these plants, save the economy, and save the environment as we go forward. I want to thank you very much. Your administration has shown great leadership, as has all the legislative and community leaders. It has been a fantastic journey to work with such a motivated crowd that has the same vision, the same values, and to take care of the community and the employees that work in this community. So it's great to see. I do want to thank the employees, not only the FitzPatrick employees, but all the other Exelon employees that are here and back at the plants today. These signs that are up, the work that you've done in the community, making sure the community understands the value of the plants, the value of the jobs, the value to the environment. Thanks very much to all the employees. We have a lot of work ahead of us. Integrating these plants together are complex, but I know with the talent that we have within Exelon, the talent at FitzPatrick Energy will make that process smooth and expedited. So thank you very much, and thanks again, Governor, for all of this.
I want to thank everybody for coming out today. Today we are investing in the future of Oswego County and all of Central New York. We're also fueling the governor's vision for a clean energy economy and preserving green jobs in the region. I'm proud to be part of this effort. I look forward to our work together as we continue to make Oswego a valued place to live, work, and raise our families. Thank you very much.